Hello, my name is Representative Pam Powers-Hanley, and I represent LD9 in Tucson in the Arizona House. Today's video is about clean elections. It's January 19, 2022, and the reason I'm talking about clean elections today is that I just finished doing a guest lecture for former Senator Kyrsten Sinema's law class. I have done a little mini lecture and Q&A session about clean elections in the past for her law class. They often talk about redistricting, campaign finance, and in addition to learning about running traditional, where you ask lots of people for lots of money, they have me come in and talk about clean elections. I have run for office 3 times and I've run clean all 3 times. I have beaten Democrats and Republicans at a clean elections candidate. And there are a few of us around in the legislature still who have been successful running clean. The problem is that the clean elections system has been under attack every year from the Republican Party because they don't, first of all, they don't like the progressives, right? We have been way too vocal because we are not owned by anybody. We are owned by the voters. We're not owned by the money. We're not owned by the lobbyists. We're not owned by the special interest groups, and that's what the Republicans don't like. Big money hates clean money. So, unfortunately, the clean election system has been hurt significantly over the years by all of these attacks, particularly attacks by Representative Leo Biasucci from Mojave County. I don't know what he's worried about. Does he think that one of those clean running candidates who are from the Democratic Party is actually going to beat him someday? Fingers crossed on that one. But anyway, I digress a bit. The clean election system was created by the citizens of Arizona in 1998 to fight corruption in the legislature. I moved here 40 years ago, and I very clearly remember the AZScam scandal from the early 1990s, where several state legislators were convicted or charged with bribery. Why did we come up with clean elections? The citizens came up with clean elections to take that pressure of money off of candidates, and it worked for a while. They passed it in 1998. The clean election system does education, it runs the system, and it also did campaign finance enforcement. And it caught Democrats and Republicans in enforcement issues. So I thought it was a very fair commission. What really hurt it was when the Republicans put Prop 306 on the ballot in 2018. Now this was misleading the voters, and I fought hard against it. A few other people fought for clean elections, but the problem was that they misled the voters. Clean elections candidates already couldn't donate to a party. When we don't spend all of our money, we send it back to the state. That's how clean elections worked. But Prop 306 said that clean elections candidate couldn't buy any services from any political party, Republican or Democrat. And that really hurt us. There were a couple of times when the Democratic Party hired a field organizer to work on the LD9 races, and because that person did specific duties for me, I paid that person for those services rendered. So I got a bill, it said who did the services and what they did and how many hours they spent, and I paid that, and I don't see anything wrong with that. So what really hurt the clean elections candidates in Prop 306 was that we could no longer buy access to a voter database. This was specifically allowed in the clean elections original statute, but now in order to do that, we have to go through a middle person to buy the van access. So what you have is that fewer and fewer people running clean, not because they don't want to run clean, but because they're afraid of the big money and they're afraid of the obstacles that are set into the system to make them fail. So what do we see? Since 2018, there's been a dramatic drop in the number of candidates running clean. When I did Kyrsten Sinema's law class a few years ago in 2018, it was almost evenly split between Republicans and Democrats running clean in the legislature, about 35 candidates each. And some of those clean candidates won. Big money doesn't always win. The Republican who ran against Randy Freese and I in 2020 had 3 times as much money as I did, and I came out on top in that race amongst all the candidates. So, big money doesn't always win. Clean money is popular with the voters. The voters know that they have a better government when votes control the government and not money. This brings us to Congress and to the Senate and to Kyrsten Sinema. The state of Arizona is passing one after another voter suppression bill in the legislature. We're going to see more in 2022. We need election reform. Get rid of that freaking filibuster and save the state. Come on, Kyrsten Sinema. You used to be in the legislature. You know how crazy they are down here. Save us. Get rid of the filibuster and pass campaign and election reform at the local level. Save voting rights.